This is a scene from last night on November the 4th, I believe, of Brampton, Ontario. And these are individuals who are brandishing weapons. As you can see, in his left hand there's an axe, and the right there's some sort of stick and some sword, I believe. It looks like some rod, but it looks like something that can inflict damage, yes. And I believe the other man right here, who is being quite obscene, is brandishing a machete or a sword of some sort. And now you might be wondering, what is going on here? What is the problem? What is wrong with these guys? Well, this is what Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh wanted. This is Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh's Canada. This is the Sikh mobs and the Indian mobs hashing it out right now over issues that are happening there in their own country, but they're dealing with it in Canada. While India is nice and peaceful right now, Canada is flaring up in civil unrest because of these individuals. They're bringing their problems from their own country over here, and because they don't care about Canada. They don't give a rat's, about Canada. You wouldn't see them doing this kind of stuff when it comes to, Canadian rights or the people in Canada that are, the issues going on here. But when it comes to their own country, their real homeland, yeah, then you would see that. And I'm not saying this as the general, trying to generalize the whole community of Indians and Sikhs, but I'm going to say for sure there is a large subsection in these communities that still hold these sort of radical and extremist ideologies that they bring from their own home countries about nationalism and, being violent for their nationalism. A very, very agrarian and old school kind of thinking. Go down here, there's even more videos. So far, and this was earlier in the protest, they're going down the streets, and eventually the protests got bad with the Hindu mobs from India essentially attacking cars, as you can see right here. And you see the police are now standing there. And if we go further, police are now standing in front of them. They're about to they're about to disperse the mob, and that's what they did. So what actually really kicked off these protests is I can actually understand a little bit of what the Hindus and their Indian Hindus perspective is they were praying in their place of worship. They were celebrating their, festival. Rightfully so, they have their complete rights doing that. That's what Canada is, known for, our freedom of religion. So they're on their private property doing their private event. And guess who came along? Jagmeet Singh's Khalistani Sikh gangs came along and they started terrorizing these Hindus for no reason. And I don't know why the media won't, characterize it as it is. This is terrorism. These guys are terrorizing people who are celebrating their religious holidays. Their events. And these are the same people that Jagmeet Singh, leader of the NDP, stands with and fully supports. If Khalistan had a homeland tomorrow, Jagmeet Singh would be the first one on the plane back home. Because he loves Khalistan and not Canada. So this is his vision right here. That the violent mobs of the Khalistani group and the Sikh groups are fighting with the Hindus so that they can get their state. But in reality, none of this has any effect on, their vision of or mission or goals. Because this is Canada. What the hell are you going to do here that's going to help out your own home country's situation and your own desire for a separate Sikh state? You're just trying to create civil discourse here and just trying to fight. That is absolute garbage. Don't bring that over here to us, okay? I'm a minority as well, and I have a country that I'm not trying to impose on the Canadian people like this, That's just totally wrong. You're in Canada now. Just stop with the kind of garbage and the garbage, ideologies that you bring over here with in terms of extremism and nationalism, and go and hash it out in a different way. This will do nothing for you guys. And you're now creating sort of precedent in Canada that we're going to have these kind of, who knows where the next, civil unrest is going to come up. Maybe it's going to be another country one day in Canada, foreigners from another country who are having issues in their home country, they're just going to start fighting here as well. We got to keep this away from us, guys. You got to stay civil. You got to stay, you practice your freedom of religion and your freedom of speech. Go ahead. That's your right. But don't do this kind of bullshit where you're on the streets and you're creating problems like this. You're just trying to fight and fight with no purpose, because whatever you do here is not going to have any effect on anything. So it's just time to act a little more classy, folks. This is bullshit, and I hope that they can just stop this and not let this get out of hand, and that these people who are creating this kind of fuss, and that the Khalistani gangs, they stop harassing Hindus, and the Hindus, they should not react to these thugs and whatnot. And the government should be held accountable in charging the perpetrators of these, violent mobs and riots. So that's all I have to say for now, guys. This is just getting out of hand now. Trudeau has no idea what's he doing anymore. Jagmeet Singh is riding his ass right now, trying to push him into this kind of Khalistani bullshit. And it's just fucking insane, guys. All right, that's all I gotta say. Sorry for the language, but you gotta say it as it is, okay? Please consider subscribing and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.